thank you all for your flexibility in changing locations. We were all having a difficult time hearing yesterday with some of the traffic and the wind, and I appreciate your flexibility. I'd like to give you a short update on the incident, the investigation that happened last Wednesday, and then at the end allow again your opportunity to ask a few questions. Had an opportunity this morning to visit some of the wounded again, and I just want all of you and all of the community to know that we all are keeping them in our thoughts and prayers, both the fallen and the wounded and their families, as they go through this grieving process and this difficult time. And that Fort Hood and all of our leadership will be there with them throughout. We have completed next of kin notification on the 3 fallen soldiers, and I can now confirm publicly their identities. 2 of the soldiers from the 49th Transportation Battalion, and one of the killed victims is from the 1st Medical Brigade. Sergeant First Class Daniel Michael Ferguson, age 39, from Mulberry, Florida, entered active service in July 1993 as a Transportation Management Coordinator. He was assigned to the 49th Transportation Battalion of the 4th Sustainment Brigade of the 13th Sustainment Command, and he was a transportation supervisor. His deployments include Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Staff Sergeant Carlos Lazini Rodriguez, 38, from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, entered active duty service in February 1995 as a unit supply specialist. He was assigned to the 21st Combat Support Hospital of the 1st Medical Brigade in February 2012, where he served as a unit supply sergeant. He deployed to Kuwait and also to Iraq. Sergeant Timothy Wayne Owens, 37, of Effingham, Illinois, entered active duty service in July 2004 as a motor transport operator. He was assigned to the 49th Transportation Battalion, 4th Sustainment Brigade, 13th Sustainment Command, where he served as a heavy vehicle driver. He deployed to Iraq and to Kuwait. Their releasable service records will be available to you at the FortHoodPressCenter.com later on this evening. We will memorialize all 3 of these fallen soldiers next Wednesday, and our Public Affairs Office will publish the details in the coming days that will be available to all of you. Also available later this evening, we are putting together a mapper for you, a simple map and diagram of the incident site to include a basic sequence of events as we understand them now. They will be very basic and not to the level of detail of an investigation that is still ongoing, but very basic to help you orient on where this event occurred. In regards to the injured soldiers that we visited this morning, I've had the opportunity both yesterday and today to visit all of the injured soldiers at Darnell and Scott and White, and currently we still have 3 remaining soldiers at Scott and White and 3 at Darnell here on Fort Hood. They're all strong. Each of them is resilient. Their families are resilient. And I had an opportunity to meet with some of their families, and they're dealing very well with a difficult situation. And we all look forward and pray for their full recovery. 10 soldiers of the original 16 have now been released from hospital and returned to duty. And I, as a commander, as a soldier, am incredibly impressed by the medical professionals at both Scott and White, Darnell, and the entire response of the Fort Hood emergency responders and the community at large. As you know, there's a lot more details beyond what I've given you in the last couple of days, and there's much of those details are not releasable to the public at this time because we do have an ongoing investigation. However, I do want to clarify 2 points specific to Specialist Lopez's medical condition. First, we are digging into his combat experience in Iraq, and so far, We have not discovered any specific traumatic event, wounds received in action, contact with the enemy, or anything else specific that he may have been exposed to while deployed. But we are continuing to examine this line of inquiry. Secondly, his underlying medical conditions we do not believe are the direct precipitating factor to the incident. His underlying medical conditions are not a direct precipitating factor. We believe that the immediate precipitating factor was more likely an escalating argument in his unit area. But we are still conducting that detailed investigation, and we will address every single one of the causal and contributing factors that resulted in this horrible tragedy. As you know, the investigation team here is robust and it's multi-agency. Right now we have almost 80 FBI agents working with us and forensic specialists. Over 20 Texas Rangers are contributing to the investigation, and almost 50 U.S. Army CID agents, and of course our Fort Hood MPI, Military Police Investigation Teams, and our local law enforcement detectives from Killeen and Harker Heights. Additionally, we have specialists in medical investigations on hand to assist. And altogether, we have over 150 professionally trained investigators from federal, state, and local agencies. I will leave all the further details of ongoing medical and criminal investigations to the law enforcement agencies and healthcare professionals.